Hello and welcome to episode 10 of Playing for Set Pieces. We are still with Esbjerg and we are down in 10th. I actually already recorded an episode 10 and I edited it, compiled it, and then somehow lost it. Just must have deleted it by accident or whatever I did, but anyway, it does no longer exist, which is a shame. I say it's a shame. I was bringing you in after having had a couple of good results. And it was going to be for the last game of September against AGF in the Super League. And I fancied our chances, which is why I came back for it. And as it was, we got thrashed 3-2. Thrashed is maybe not the right word. Just soundly trounced anyway. But last time you saw us, obviously, was against the Bait in the first round. After that, we lost against Midtjylland in the league. Not too surprising. They are top and unbeaten, I believe. Let's just double check that. Whoops. First, 9 games in. Haven't lost a game yet. So, hammered by them, beaten by them, and then we actually went away to Bait Borisov and lost 2-1. But fortunately, it meant we won 3-2 overall, which obviously put us into the group phase, which was quite exciting. We actually made more money from that. We got like 2.5 million than we did from winning the league. What'd you do? Sorry, not winning the league, winning the Pokalen Cup. Not Pokalen, as I keep saying around, the Pokalen. So, that was that. Anyway, after that, we drew in the league against Sonderjysk, which, again, we maybe should have won that one. I mean, at least we scored some goals for Brink, in fact, in this case. We didn't play badly, but it's just... we just don't... I don't know what the answer is. That's the problem. I don't know what the answer is. I haven't been able to fix it yet. I know that we don't have the kind of money or whatever else to bring in huge players, which is part of it. Anyway, moving swiftly on to September, we had a good result away at Vejgaard, who are Division 2, I think. Denmark Series Group 2. So, yeah, they're a ways down. We only beat them 1-0, but it's still a win, so I will take it. Then we lost 3-1 in the league against Nordsjælland. That was unfortunate. Then we lost 2-0 in the Euro Cup Group G, which I was actually quite upset about, against Maccabi Tel Aviv. We were, in fact, favourites for that. And we started off playing okay. I mean, we were away, admittedly, but we started off playing okay. But it all just kind of took a wee tumble towards the end there. And, like I say, I mean, they scored in 32 minutes, but it was the 90+4 that upset me most. But, okay, so we didn't get anything in the first group game, and that's fine. After that, like I say, we had 2 good results. One in the league, and I think our first win in the league, which was against Silkeborg. 1-0. I should have come back and filmed that one, clearly. Because I know last time you saw us against Silkeborg, but Brink was the scorer. This might be part of the problem, of course. And then we had 3-1 in the Pokalen. Third round against FC Helsingør, who maybe they're the Division 2 team. Yeah, second division. 2 division. And we beat them 3-1. That was a nice game. Dowder picking up a goal as well at 90 minutes. We were the better team. That was great. And then, as I say, come back to the league. We get beaten by AGF. We're just rubbish in the league. We can pull off these half-decent results in the Euro, like Hajduk. Hajduk split, for goodness sakes. We knocked them out of the Euro Cup fairly solidly. But, we can't beat FC Nordsjælland and we can't beat AG. It's just, I don't know. So anyway, today's game is actually going to be a Euro Cup group game. It's at home to Ludogorets. Ludogorets are Bulgarian. We don't have the Bulgarian league loaded, but they do have, clearly, Taleb Tawafa. He's Israeli. He's their key player. I'm going to have a scout at him just to see, because they're not a real team. Not a real team. Well, you are a real team in real life, but I mean, in terms of the game, it's, Anyway, so that's going to be today's game. They are favourites now. It's the only thing to say. After that, we got a couple of league games, then another Group G game. But if we actually take a look at the group, we're bottom. So it's kind of important. Well, in fact, there we go. We joint bottom with that. Oh, well. Atletico Bilbao have the same, it's only one game, I know, but they managed to lose to Ludogorets. So, in the same way that we lost to Maccabi Tel Aviv. Ludogorets clearly stronger than I thought, because I thought Atletico Bilbao would be the team to beat, but clearly not. So yeah, that's where we're up to. Like I say, not a lot I seem to be able to do in terms of form and improve things. I'll tell you what I will go into. Let's go and have a look at how we've done on set pieces. So yeah, let's go take a look at our performances. This is obviously goals from corners. We are still only 1 at this point, which it's not too bad. AGF are top on 4. Midtjylland have got 2 in direct free kicks. We still have scored 0. In fact, I mean, if you look at that, we've played 9 games, scored 9 goals. We're effectively averaging a goal a game, which is obviously not the results we're getting still. But best part, look who's top for indirect free kicks. I'm going to publish my indirect free kick tactics, setup, whatever you want to call it, just because it is working a treat. Very happy with that. You've got to remember, we don't necessarily have the key players for set piece taking that I'd originally wanted. Money's part of it. I say that, we've actually got a bit of money at the moment. Once I've done with this, I'll pop over and have a look at the finances. But yeah, so we've done very well in terms of goals from indirect free kicks. And this is obviously in the Super League. If we then go on and have a look at the Euro Cup, we are in the group stages. Like I say, that gave us 2.5 million. That was fantastic. Team detailed. So yeah. Goals from corners. There are 2 teams that scored 4. Rangers and Hammarby. Hammarby, of course. And we are down... Oh, we've scored 1. That's not bad. Goals from direct free kicks. I'm pretty sure we don't appear on the list. Which means we've... Oh no, we're down there with 0. That's fair enough. Goals from indirect free kicks, we have 2. Top team having 6, which is HJK. So again, that's pleasing. Again, it says to me that my indirect free kick game is strong. I just need to maybe translate that to some of the other areas. And last but not least, let us look at the Pokalen and see how we have done. Whoops. Team detailed. So yeah, goals from corners, 4 teams that have 2. That's us, joint second, or yeah, with Frem and Viborg with 2 from corners, and we should be joint first. I guess they've scored more goals. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But anyway, AC Horsens and us, and Frem and Viborg FF all have scored 2 goals from corners. So that's not bad. Direct free kicks, only 3 teams have scored 1, and that's not us. We are down here in joint meh with 0. And goals from indirect free kicks, we're not on the list. Oh yes, we are. We're down there on 0. So no indirect free kicks there in the Pokalen. So again, the indirect free kicks is what is performing best for us in the other 2 competitions, should we say. I was about to say across all competitions, but clearly not for the Pokalen. So yeah, too early to say if that's an improvement on last season. What I will do, obviously, I've kept a record of what we did last season, and I'm going to obviously record this season's performance against it and see how it went, see if we have in fact improved. Like I say, we haven't really been able to get and bring in the players I would like, but I have managed to strengthen the squad a tiny bit. So yeah, let's go take a look at our performances. This is obviously goals from corners. We are still only 1 at this point, which it's not too bad. AGF are top on 4. Midtjylland have got 2 in direct free kicks. We still have scored 0. In fact, I mean, if you look at that, we've played 9 games, scored 9 goals. We're effectively averaging a goal a game, which is obviously not the results we're getting still. But best part, look who's top for indirect free kicks. I'm going to publish my indirect free kick tactics, setup, whatever you want to call it, just because it is working a treat. Very happy with that. You've got to remember, we don't necessarily have the key players for set piece taking that I'd originally wanted. Money's part of it. I say that, we've actually got a bit of money at the moment. Once I've done with this, I'll pop over and have a look at the finances. But yeah, so we've done very well in terms of goals from indirect free kicks. And this is obviously in the Super League. If we then go on and have a look at the Euro Cup, we are in the group stages. Like I say, that gave us 2.5 million. That was fantastic. Team detailed. So yeah. Goals from corners, there are two teams that scored 4. Rangers and Hammarby, of course. And we are down... Oh, we've scored 1. That's not bad. Goals from direct free kicks. I'm pretty sure we don't appear on the list. Which means we've... Oh, no, we're down there with 0. That's fair enough. Goals from indirect free kicks, we have 2. Top team having 6, which is HJK. So again, that's pleasing. Again, it says to me that my indirect free kick game is strong. I just need to maybe translate that to some of the other areas. And last but not least, let us look at the Pokalen and see how we have done. Whoops. Team detailed. So yeah, goals from corners, 4 teams that have 2. That's us, joint second, or yeah, with Frem and Viborg with 2 from corners, and we should be joint first. I guess they've scored more goals. I don't know how it works, but anyway, AC Horsens and us, and Frem and Viborg FF all have scored 2 goals from corners, so that's not bad. Direct free kicks, only 3 teams have scored 1, and that's not us. We are down here in joint meh with 0. And goals from indirect free kicks, we're not on the list. Oh, yes, we are. We're down there on 0. So, no direct free kicks there in the Pokalen. So, again, the indirect free kicks is what is performing best for us in the other 2 competitions, should we say. I was about to say across all competitions, but clearly not for the Pokalen. So, yeah. Too early to say if that's an improvement on last season. What I will do, obviously, I've kept a record of what we did last season, and I'm going to obviously record this season's performance against it and see how it went, see if we have in fact improved. Like I say, we haven't really been able to get and bring in the players I would like, but I have managed to strengthen the squad a tiny bit. So yeah, I told you I wanted to have a quick look at the finances, so we'll do that first. We got about 6 million in the bank. That's a lot of money for us. That's a lot of money for us. And we even had a transfer budget of about 1.5 million. We have hammered the wage budget slightly, so I do need to adjust that moving forward, but I'm not going to do it yet because I don't think I'm done signing players for this season. Yeah, like I say, we're super rich compared to where we were. I know 2.5 million of that does come from the qualifying for the group stage of the Euro Cup. We didn't get much at all. In fact, it was a few grand. Literally, it was less than 10 grand, I think, for winning the Pokalen. So there was nothing in that. But we also did quite a few. If I go back to my schedule, friendly leagues, if you will, in the pre-season, some of which happened at the tail end of last season. I think we did 2 in total. Is that right? Yes, we did. But that helped put money in the bank because we were able to, play some bigger teams. That was actually not the bigger one. I think this was the biggest here. And we also got a goal. We also got a game against Oldham. I think I already talked about in one away. But as you can see, Copenhagen, we actually beat. That didn't happen in the league. But yeah, it's just the idea of bringing in bigger teams, bring a bit of money in, and it did work. So yeah, we're sat in a positive financial situation, which of course we did not achieve at all last season. I mean, I kept us from getting too skint. But yeah, we got money this season. Woohoo! Now I've just got to do something with it. But yeah, I've creamed the budget somewhat. Which leads me quite comfortably into the transfers. Transfer activity. Where are we? History. We're going to go back to the previous season. Yeah, no, everything's fine on there. Just to double check. So yeah, we haven't spent any money, but we've made 2.3 million. Jonas Mortensen That was an interesting saga. I think I talked about that in the last episode. Tried to sell him, I think it was for 1.2 million to whomever it was. It wasn't Dortmund, I don't think. It was another large side. And the board blocked it. They ended up valuating him at about 46 million. Like I say, I don't know if this is on the last episode or if this was on the episode that got deleted by accident. But either way, if I'm repeating myself, I apologise. If I'm not, like I say, when it came down to it, and I was, obviously rejecting all bids for him and, trying to suggest that they should be paying 40-odd million for him, they went above me and accepted the, was it 1.9 million? Yeah, 1.9 million bid. Thing that annoys me even more about it, the fact that they did that and let him go for that little after giving me a hard time and saying he was worth 46 million. Where are we? What am I looking for? Club Vision, there we go. There we go. Concerned about the finances involved in the deal to sell Jonas Mortensen. You sold him! I didn't sell him! I didn't want to sell him. I wanted the 46 million you said you wanted it for him, but no. You sold him behind my back, and now you're criticising me for how much he was sold for. It's pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting. I'm just saying. So yeah. That is what it is. So yes, he went. But like I say, we got a little bit of money for him, and that's helped our coffers. Rene Flint went to AAB. Product of our youth team, not really quite up to standard, unfortunately. Who else? Christensen went to Bromby. I didn't really want to let go of him, but I didn't really have a lot of choice. I feel like he had a decent promise, even though I wasn't necessarily able to play him out on the wing as he would have liked. Who else do we make money from? Yes, Andre Staffer got $400 again. He'd been in the youth team, as you can see, he was nowhere near what we needed. There's a few of our youth players, I think, there went to... Oh, my goodness. Why has he got such a good... yeah, I think that's why I didn't keep him. Anyway. Nevertheless, that's what we did. There's a few players gone out on loan, but the same, most of them, and most of them being youth players, have all moved on freeze for the most part. So, looking at the players we brought in, there's 3. 2 of them are on loan. Both from FC Copenhagen, which is interesting, but it's just the way it worked out. Michael Luffner, we're going to start with him. He's a centre-half. We needed another centre-half. And what did I do? I accidentally did not register him for the Euro Cup. So that stinks. So he's not been able to play in that. But as you can see, in terms of his league performances, he's even managed 2 goals. But he's got a decent average rating, even though he's not necessarily going to improve anytime soon from there. But like I say, he is only on loan. There is an optional buyout clause, I think. Don't know if I'll take it. The other chap from FC Copenhagen, Robert Madrazia. And he's actually a central midfielder, but he's been filling in at right back. And not doing a horrible job, to be fair. But he is brought in as central midfield for additional support. As you can see, decent ability. And I would be inclined to suggest... Yeah, I mean, he's second choice central midfielder and second choice defensive midfielder. It's not a bad place to be for him. In terms of his performances so far, hasn't set the world alight, I'll not lie to you, but then I don't think he's actually played in central midfield yet. I think he's only really played as a fullback, so that's going to hold him back a little bit. But they are 2, I would say, strong signings, especially compared to every other signing I've been able to make, which is none. Which leaves us with Matthew, who I brought in on a free. I think I told you he was incoming. Again, strengthening up that centre. He's our deep line playmaker, and with a passing of 15. Oh yeah, I mean, you can see his performance so far. 4 games with 1 sub appearance, 2 goals, 2 assists. 2 player matches, 7.94 average rating. It says he's an important player up here, but let's face it, he's pretty much a star player at this point. So, again, very, very, very happy with that. Only downside with all of these, of course, I'm looking at improving the team, because the team does have a certain amount of weakness, but I'm not really been able to choose somebody who's got Or, you know, I've not had the luxury of finding someone who's got decent free kick taking in corners. So we're still pretty much relying on Jesper Lauritsen as being our main man. I think, however... Long throws. There we go. One thing about Lufner, he does have a long throw of 13, so he will be picked to take long throws too, because that's all right. That, for me, is like the minimum level in terms of choosing a player because of his set-piece capability. 13, 14 maybe. Obviously, anything above that is fantastic. So, yeah, he'll play a role in that respect. In terms of his height and his... Where's his position? Oh, yeah, it's in here. Positioning. Height of 6.3. Position 12, which is not bad. Anticipation of 11. Also not bad. It's above 10. It's above average. He actually doesn't make a bad choice as a set-piece target, which he has obviously scored 2, and I'd be willing to bet those are either off free kicks or corners. So, not disappointed, quite happy. But like I say, we need to turn that into actual performances. So, okay, it is time for Esbjerg at home to Ludogorets. In goal, it's Højbjerg, back 4 of Lauritsen, coming back from injury. Gregor, Halsti, and Anayembe also coming back from injury too. So we actually got full strength fullbacks, which is fantastic. Korko, defensive midfield, central midfield. Mudrasia, finally playing in the role he's supposed to. And Brink, left wing Roykjaer, right wing Egeland, because Paveda has been playing absolute rubbish. And up front it is Yakovenko. I've actually put Yakovenko back on as a target man and support. He wasn't really enjoying life as a deep-lying forward, unfortunately. So, seemed to work last time. We'll see if it does now. We're apparently, according to my assistant manager, should be. There we go. Great opportunity to show all the critics that they're wrong. Go and show them what we're made of. Consistency would be nice, wouldn't it? You know what? More of the same, mate. Can I do that for you lot? No. People are motivating. That'll do. I don't want to mess around with it. I don't want to screw it up. Because you know what'll happen. Okay, it is Esbjerg in the blue and white with the blue shorts. And we're going full match. I do miss the kickoff not being shown. Have I mentioned that before? I feel like I might have. So yeah, it is Ludogorets in control. Kauko. Lauritsen with a pass back to Højbjerg. It's a safe move. Gregor hasn't got really the first team chances he's needed, so hopefully this will make life a bit better for him. Well, ooh, Anayembe picks up loose ball. I thought that was going out for a throw-in. Brink. Anayembe with the cross. And, oh, I see, Roykjaer did the pushing. That's a shame. And the yellow card. It's his first yellow card of the season, but I'd really rather you hadn't, old son. Gorolowski for Ludogorets. Egeland tries to dispossess him, albeit unsuccessfully. Kauko. Really? Is he going to get carded too? Oh, you're a little bit... I'm just going to check that I am... let's stay on feet. He's a bit card happy, is this fella. Free kick for Ludogorets. Lovely curler in. Gregor clears it. Roykjaer now on the counter-attack. He's got... Oh, he got taken down. Kasenyu. Is he going to get a yellow card? Oh, no, he doesn't. What a surprise. Kauko with the free kick. Into the box, and Halsti puts it well and truly over. Good effort. Everybody seems to be doing all right. Ilev with the goal kick. Good work. Mudrasia. He's... Oh, my goodness. That Lukoki guy. Is he going to get a card? No. Apparently it's only us if we foul. Gregor. Well, come on, boys. You can get it further forward if you want. There we go. Ball out wide. Egeland now. Got to run forward. He's got support behind him. He's forced to corner. To be taken by Lauritsen. Into the middle. Cleared. Only as far as Lauritsen again. Another cross, but cleared. Brink tries to have a go, but cleared. Anayembe now. We certainly seem like we're trying to make chances. So I'm going to go on to key highlights, because otherwise we will be here all week. We have one shot. It feels like we've had more than that. But now they've had a shot. Aniambe with a free kick finds Brink. Aniambe puts it across the other side to Lauritsen. Roikia. Wonder if we should be putting some early crosses in. Gregor with the pass back. I'm actually gonna try that. See what we can do. Højbjerg. And we're back where we started. Lauritsen finds Roikia up the wing. Madrazia. Ball forward for Yakovenko. Tries to put it past the keeper, but without success. He has forced a corner. Lauritsen to take it, because it's always Lauritsen. Onto the head of Brink, and it's saved by Iliev, sorry. Well, show some passion, will you? 6 shots on, 4 on target. That's not bad. Again, these guys are the favourite Spur at home, so this is the time to score goals and get 3 points, because it's going to be a tougher show when we go away. Demand more. See, Brink's game is dropping. Passionately. Go out and grab a goal. It's a good idea. There's more to come from you. There's more to come from you. And there's definitely more to come from you. However, some of you will not be going into the second half. Oh, Mr. Brink, Mr. Brink. Who can we bring on for you? Do you not like playing on that side? Is that what the problem is? You're right-footed. Left in a 2-man pairing, that's why. What about Madrazia? I've noticed it's less of a thing these days, so I rarely check it. Robert don't care. How is Robert doing anyway? Yeah, he's doing alright, isn't he? Well, we'll put Brink over there just for now, just to see if it picks his game up. But yeah, Egeland and Roikia. Roikia's been utter trash, so you're going to have to come off for Paveda, I think. And I think I'm just going to swap you two fellas over, because Egeland does hopefully play better on the left. And Yuri Yakovenko, I'm going to bring on Dowda. Now, Dowda ain't no target man, but he is an advanced forward. And I'm going to hope that we can do something with that anyway. So, two transfers, 2 subs in. The only other thing I wanted to consider... Yeah, we're just going to have to see. Lauritsen's not having the best game, but he's not rubbish. So, can I say that to him? No, I can't. Let's start the second half. I've done the best I can, I guess. Let's get creative. Come on, Esbjerg. Come on, Paveda. Let's have a performance out here. Lauritsen's hovering around a worse game, but that's fine. Oh, free kick for Ludogorets. Gregor on the ball, Housty. Aniambe. Paveda. Kauko. Slow build up, Paveda. Poor first touch, let him down there, I think. Oh, and a ball over for Svajak. Anyway. Are we? No, it's a standard defensive line. You know what I'm going to do? Let's go pressing. Ludogorets coming forward. They've obviously had a good old team talk at half time. Come on, Egeland. See you do something. Egeland finds Dowda. Oh, Dowda puts it wide. Very wide, in fact. But that's good. Let's do it again. Come on, Dowda. I know you got goals in you. I can just never play you in the right way to get them. Maybe today is the day. Maybe it isn't. 6.7. Come on. Show some passion. Maybe that'll help. Oh, Lauritsen coming forward, but he's tackled there. Okay. Paveda. Egeland. Who is... Oh, that's not ideal, is it? Oh, my goodness, Brink. Brink is unfortunately overlapping with Egeland. I wonder if I can risk this. Put you on attack. Put you on support. I realise we're leading and I'm not watching what's going on. Let's just pause the game for a second. You know what, Lauritsen, you're going back on support. Alright. I want to do that. Just to see. We're 1-0 up. It's 83 minutes. They are on the attack. But, yeah, that needs work if Egeland and Brink are occupying the same space at that point. It's not ideal. I mean, they scored. Don't get me wrong, but still. Gregor with the free kick. Lauritsen. Ball over for Dowder. Dowder puts it for Egeland. Egeland's poor first touch. Let him down. I don't know if he has a poor first touch, but that was a poor first touch. Gregor did the same thing. It's just a bit of momentum. Oh my goodness. Lauritsen, don't just get it off a Badgie. Get it out of here. Do I need to go back to control? Oh, Højbjerg. There you go. I'm going to go defensive too, just because. Whoops. What did I do? There we go. Good lord. Defensive. What did I do? Too many clickings. Højbjerg out to Aniembe. Mudrazia. Ball forward for Dowder. Dowder tries to go past him. Paveda picks up the loose ball. And it is his second goal of the season. And it is Esbjerg 2, Ludogorets 0. Remember they were favourites? Tell you what. Esbjerg seem very much like a cup team, don't they? Trash first season in the league and had to go into the relegation groups, and yet we won the Pokalen. And here we are in the group stage, beating the team that beat the other team that I was talking about earlier, the Spanish one. 23 shots, 9 on target. Well, I'll take it. That's 3. Well, it's not 3 points. That's... Well, it is. It's 3 points in that... league, but yeah, appreciate. I think is maybe not enough. Passionately, well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Okay, we're just coming back for a quick review. Very good result. Very happy with that. We just got just shy of 500k for that win. As I said before, financially we are doing just fine. But in terms of performances, that was a very good one. But something occurred to me. It's been a little while actually since I filmed the game and this point, but something occurred to me that I might be doing myself a bit of a disservice, because when it comes to here we go, squad depth. Let's have a look at that. It's got it at 3 stars at the moment, but yeah, basically in terms of my wing players, I mean I've only got one striker who apparently is 3 stars. We know that Dowder must be 2.5 or whatever. There you go. I mean, Roykjaer, he doesn't play bad, but he's not had a great season so far. That's 8 starts and 6.5 average rating. I'm just going to give him a telling off, actually, for his lack of development. There you go. You go ahead and make some improvements. But like I say, how did he do last year? He didn't do bad last year, but those aren't great numbers for an inside forward. I mean, admittedly, he played in some other roles too. He is also capable of playing naturally as a striker or an attacking midfielder. So that's good news. Egeland can only play out right and left. He's accomplished at attacking central. But he's another one. 7 starts, 5 sub-appearances, 1 goal. No assists, 6.7 average rating. He's not doing anything for us playing in the role he's playing. And Paveda, as I have complained a lot, has been... Well, let's just have a look at how he was last season. I mean, he wasn't the be-all and end-all last season. 3 goals, 2 assists all season off of 26 games and 1 player of the match. You know, he's managed a couple assists from his 9 appearances, but it's not good enough. So, you know, we've got a bit of depth now in central midfield with the players I've brought in. We got a decent amount of depth. Taking you off of that list, sir. I'm taking you off of that one. What about Matthew? Yeah, I'm taking you off of that one. We've got Johnny Coco, Johnny Sorensen. But like, we've got decent depth, quality depth here. Back four's not ideal. But we have, the thing is, Lauritsen and Aniembe are decent players. I mean, okay, again, let's go look at his numbers. Because I'm saying that. Yeah, 1 goal, 1 assist and 2 player matches last year. But 23 appearances, average rating of 6.92. 6.78, he's got no assists or anything like that. But what I'm wondering is, like I say, you've seen him run at the wing, you've seen him play well. Lauritsen, of course, we know about our top free kick and corner taker. Pretty much a key player. He's 29 now. But, you know how good he is. Certainly, comparatively speaking. I do believe that was somewhere in the region of a assists record he got there anyway. So, but yeah, the point being is I wonder if what I should be doing is looking at a more narrow formation. Dump the wingers, put another striker up and put an attacking midfielder in there. Roykiar can play there. We already know that Dowda can, but to be honest, I want to play Dowda up front with Yakovenko. Also, on top of that, I've been having a look at a couple of players. This is one guy who's a striker called Junior Bramado. He's 21 years old. He ain't cheap. I'm pretty much looking at chucking my whole budget at him, which I'm now balking at the idea. But as you can see, he's played 7 starts, 6 sub-appearances, scored 5 and assisted 2. With an average rating of 7.15. That's not half bad. He managed 17 goals last season. It's not the best in the world, I grant you. It's approximately. It's around about, a goal every other game, which is better than any of our strikers. So he might be coming in, but there is also another guy, I don't think he showed up there, that I've been looking at. Or at least I'm scouting at the moment, who is a defender. And he's actually less money. So, I don't know. Actually, I wonder if it's here in the inbox. I'll go have a look. So yeah, was in the inbox. It's actually a recommendation from Lidal, Director of Football. Frank Bo Lidal, no less. This fella here, he fits within the 23 and under. Rivaldo Coetzee. I'm hopeful that's how you say it. If we sign him. He's going to cost me a bit more than that. I don't know if I can meet his wage demands. Apparently he might need a bit of convincing. But he is worth, or at least less expensive, shall we say, than the striker I'm looking at. It's one of those. I also think we need to try out Dowda and Yakovenko up front and see whether or not that becomes a thing, because I don't need another top striker if I've already got one, at least till the end of the season. Could use another defender, I'll not lie to you, especially a decent one. So, who are Sundowns? South African Premier Soccer League. Well, that's what might be happening. Certainly something's going to happen. Pretty much between now and the next time I see you, the tactics will change, and hopefully there will be a couple to 1 or 2 signings. They have a decent partnership. That's good. Yeah, to strengthen the squad, because boy do we need it. But yeah, I'm interested to see how Dowda and Yakovenko will perform together. Yakovenko is good at holding up at the ball. And holding up at the ball? He's good at the holding up at the ball, but he's also good at getting on the attack, or at least he was last season. He's not been top-notch. 16, 2 and 2 for 6.68. Whereas 27, 7, 2. It was better. But, I mean, again, we were trash in the league, and those are league numbers. So, you know what I mean? It's, what can you say? So we'll see what happens. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, please do give me a thumbs up. And next time we see you, there will be lots of changes. That's it. See you later.